Well, been tracking some of those 4th of July storms kind of pushing through the region late here on this 4th of July, kind of on schedule, if not maybe an hour earlier. We kind of talked about 11 p.m. midnight, and it is starting to push through parts of the River Valley. Here's actually a Fort Smith camera. You kind of see a little bit here. This is a big old shelf cloud. I would wish lightning would illuminate a little bit better, but it's this whole little light background here is a big old shelf cloud. I kind of see lightning there in the background of that. So that shelf cloud is an association with this big line of storms that we've been tracking the last, 2 to 3 hours. It's really weakened in northwest Arkansas. We also talked about that little gust and outflow boundary there. Really just kind of forces the storm to kind of just weaken. It can't ingest more humid air. So that's what's happening in northwest Arkansas right now. The severe warning got completely eliminated. However, the strongest part of the line segment is especially across Crawford County, Sequoyah County, Sebastian County, and northern LaFleur County. South Hall is getting hammered right now. Here's that little gust front. So expect the storm to weaken at least somewhat, but still expecting up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with this as it races through. So could have some sporadic power outages out there between, say, Fort Smith and McAllister, Oklahoma, as that line starts to kind of race its way eastward. Technically, we still have a severe thunderstorm watch for all of our Oklahoma counties until midnight. Wouldn't be surprised if Delaware and Adair County get dropped pretty soon here as the bulk of that severe potential is off to your east. And probably not expecting the watch to get carried over. If it were, maybe it would be Sebastian, maybe Scott County. But for now, that's until midnight tonight. Here's the latest look at Futurecast by about 11 p.m. So the next 20 minutes has kind of a decent handle there. Those storms kind of pushing through, yes, northwest Arkansas, but kind of a heavier cluster there across parts of the River Valley and eventually parts of the Ouachita Mountains. I do expect a very quick weakening trend. We already showed you that on radar, and that weakening trend really continues all the way by 3 a.m. Not sure if it's going to be completely quiet, but there's definitely going to be not as much activity by 3, 4 a.m. That's some good news. Probably maybe not a loud night for a lot of folks, as we certainly had a lot of fireworks earlier for America's 250th. Again, to Sunday morning, could have a couple of sporadic showers closer and just south of that Interstate 40 corridor. I think that's our better chance of seeing a few more showers start to redevelop later in the day. So we'll watch that with a few more peaks of sunshine. But overall, we do expect a mostly dry day, especially in northwest Arkansas, where it's just a little bit lower rain chance. Temperatures starting out a little on the cooler side, upper 60s into the morning, and then we're warming up back into the middle to maybe even a couple upper 80s with partly to mostly cloudy conditions. For the River Valley, I have isolated storms both in the morning and closer to midday as well before we start to warm things up by 4 or 5 p.m., potentially touching that 90-degree mark. Now, in terms of the high temperatures overall, 80s northwest Arkansas, maybe close to 90 in the River Valley. That'll depend on some cloud cover and some of those rain chances. And speaking of those rain chances, I've actually lowered things these next several days. We're actually trending drier Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday, Thursday before another system could bring us maybe a few showers out there through the region. So here's the 10-day forecast. Sunday, lots of dry time, only 20% chance there, mainly into the morning. And then we're trending drier Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Might even have to drop the chances down a little bit. And then those isolated storms possibly toward the end of the week, Friday into Saturday. Temperatures not exactly cooling off. They're still pretty toasty in those lower 90s. For the River Valley, speaking of toasty, it's pretty hot this week. After we get to Sunday, we'll start to see a gradual warming process Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Fairly dry, though, Wednesday, Thursday. Temperatures up to the, not just mid-90s, but even some upper 90s, and even look to 7 to 10 days from now, forecasting 97 to 98. So it looks like a pretty hot forecast on the horizon for a large majority of us.